Wow, never thought trying to do a good deed and save your dad would upset so many gators and cost you your life from a gator. Wow, gators must really not like people trying to save their prey. So let's review Crawl. So Crawl is directed by Alexander Aja, and tells the story of a young girl named Haley, who goes to her hometown that is currently about to get a Category 5 hurricane. When her dad is not answering her phone calls, she goes into his house to check on. Turns out that was the biggest mistake of her life. And it turns out that her dad is being held hostage, kind of. So she has to break him out. So she has to get him and try to escape from a bunch of alligators that have gotten into Coral Lake and tried to survive, that have gotten in their house. So I really didn't have that many expectations for the film. I didn't even know this movie was coming out until maybe 2 months ago. And I saw the trailer. I was like, yeah, that movie could be good, but it could be just a 90-minute film, which I'm pretty sure it is. It's only an hour and 27 minutes. I was like, yeah, the movie could be good, but it could be just a 90-minute schlockfest of bad CGI, dumb characters that make dumb decisions and just sleaze off and have sex. Crawl is not like that. This film was 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, almost for good reason. Now, this film is produced by Sam Raimi, the director of the Evil Dead trilogy, one of my all-time favorite movie trilogies. Love those movies. So Sam Raimi is very artistic with how he does Evil Dead movies. He did, and Ash vs. Evil Dead, of how he produced that show. Or maybe directed. Because with all the Evil Dead stuff, it's very arts, crafty stuff. This film is very creative, artsy in ways. Because it's not your typical horror movie with a bunch of jump scares. Because in typical horror movies, you have your main slasher be all in a lot of the movie. A lot in the movie. Here in Crawl, that is different. In Crawl, you don't even really see an alligator maybe until 35 minutes into the film. It sets up the characters. There's an entire maybe 5-minute scene to these characters going through emotions, asking each other for help, making sure, hey, this is gonna be okay. All that stuff. This film does a great job of fleshing out its characters. And another great thing about Crawl is not even the alligators. The alligators are good in this movie. But the performances are very good. My mom said they were a bit okay, but I really enjoyed the performances in this film. When they go through stress, when they have to go through pain, when they're doing something, when they're scared, you feel them. And in the alligators, there are very good CGI effects in the film. Some even practical effects that also look very good, with animatronics and stuff. But the film fleshes out the characters good enough that when the alligators show up, it's kind of like Jaws in a way. Now, this movie is nowhere near as good as Jaws, in my opinion. But you're kind of oh shoot, that guy just got his... I won't spoil. Now, let's talk about the alligators for a second. The alligators in this movie do not take any crap. If they see you, near them, a couple, feet away from them, they are going to swim as fast as they can to get a bite out of your body. They are desperate. They are desperate in this movie. They are thirsty and hungry. Because, they do not take any crap in the film. If they see a person and they're in the water and their legs are in the water, they are going after them with no doubt about it. And this movie is gory when it needs to be gory. Many times in the movie, I was sitting next to my mom, many times in this movie, there's some jump scares, there's some pretty gory stuff in this movie. Many times when I was next to my mom, my mom, Mom? What? Mom? My mom, what is wrong with me? My mom, I was sitting next to my mom for a lot of this movie. She was just oh my God, that's disgusting. There's a lot of, vile, well, not vile, very, gratuitous, what? With, a lot of, violent, scenes in the film. You were, up and close, close and personal when you see, skulls, ashes, and, bones on their legs, or on their body. The alligators are used very well in this movie. When they are chasing after someone, you feel the adrenaline. And one of my also favorite things about the film is the score. The score is like very, like when you hear when like a scene, if there's any scene in the film where like an alligator is about to chase someone, you get like a big like upscale score that's like very intense, like bam. It's very intense. And the film is quite artsy and artistic in a way, because when you see the main title card, it's not like this big like, oh my god, this is a horror movie like Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. It's very artistic in a way and takes itself very seriously. There's not really a dull moment in the film. So those are all the positives out of the way. I really, really like this movie. But there are some negatives with the film. And one of them, this might sound very nitpicky, there are laws of physics in this movie, especially involving flashlights, where characters are swimming around and they put their flashlights underwater. Now, I'm no genius, but I'm pretty sure electronics don't do that well in the water. Ah, my lightsaber turned on. Shut up, blue lightsaber. And that happens quite a bit in the film. I'm like, that's not that great. And when the film cuts away to like any other characters, which it does very little of, like there's a couple scenes where you see like thieves in a gas station and they get killed. You see like cops trying to get them. They're barely set up in a scene, so I don't really care when they die. And I'd say the best performance throughout the entire film is definitely the puppy. There's a puppy in this movie. She does everything she needs to do. The puppy, 10 out of 10, best performance of the year, easily. Better than Josh Brolin, better than Robert Downey Jr., better than anyone in this film. Perfect. Perfection. And then, so some of the characterizations are kind of stupid. And then the alligators, there are some CGI effects, especially in some of the beginning, where like they're like waving people around, or like their tails are moving and they're going crazy. It's CGI, some of it is used to its very best. It looks like very good. But some of it looks a bit odd to me, a little bit wobbly. And is that it? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I had a great time with Crawl. I'm pretty sure if you like horror movies, thriller movies that are actually taken seriously, you will really enjoy Crawl like I did. So I'm going to give it a B+. It's in my top 15 of the year. And I will say this, it's definitely my favorite horror film of the year so far. I had a very good time with Crawl. I'm pretty sure you will. So yeah, if you have seen Crawl or are you going to see Crawl, comment down below what you thought on it. If you're going to see it, what are your expectations if you're not going to see it. So yeah, share, comment, like, and subscribe. And tomorrow I might be saying Stuber. If you know what Stuber is, you already know. But just look up Stuber. I don't really want to explain it. I've explained too many movies on my channel.